Hi everyone, I'm Maddie and this is Crocheted where everything is crocheted with a cross. I've had a bit of a change of my layout and I love it. So I've got my tapestry, I've got the guitars and the guitar stand. There's nowhere else to put it in the house. And I've got a new unit. So this was my old one and now I've got this one which has all my colours and cakes and skeins, and then this one has all my whips and all the there's so much tools. I can't remember, there's a specific name for them. Notions, that's the one. There's so many notions that comes with crocheting that they just fill up all of these stuff. Some of this has got squares from other projects. Some of it's got, down here I've got finished projects. Up here I've got books and my like extra hooks. So that it's not all full. It's all got space. There's one that's got just all my spare scraps. So basically, last month I spent a long time looking through what I can get rid of because I want each of my cubby holes to be skeins like this one here. Yeah, so I used up 32 cakes of yarn in January. Now, that sounds like one a day, but in reality, the last week I didn't do any. And one day I did 6 skeins of yarn, and they were chunky, but they were still out of my stash. Now I've just sat down to record this, and I've come across this. My husband didn't tell me it'd come through. It's early, so it basically said that it was ready Thursday. It's now Tuesday, and somehow my husband forgot to tell me. And he just put it in my crochet corner over here with all my yarn. So let's open it up and see what's in. I'm adding to what I just got rid of. But the reason I got rid of it was so I could add more, let's be honest. Oh, okay, so I'm making a Bible blanket, and I needed a specific colour for it called Empire, and that's for my praise. So each part of the Bible blanket has a theme, each chapter has a theme, and the theme for this one is praise. So I'm going to use a lot of praise in like the Psalms. There's a lot of praise in that. There's a lot of praise in the Gospels, so I will need a lot of this. So I bought 1, 2, I believe I bought a 5-pack, 3, plus even if there's leftover, which I doubt, even if there's leftover, there's still a beautiful colour I could do something else with. 5, brilliant. So that's part of my order. Then I've got black, so that's for genealogy, and there's quite a lot of genealogy in the next few books that I'm doing in the Bible. Got 5 of those. It's a really good deal, to be honest. And I use black anyway, so I just thought, why not? And then one more. Is this going to work? So I needed a colour for law. And the one colour that I really needed was out of stock on every single platform that I get yarn from. So let's see if this will work. It's this one here. I reckon it will. Yeah, I think that's as close. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but it's as close as I can get it. So I now have 5 of these for my law parts of the blanket. That will have to do because the one colour that I need is nowhere to be found. So yeah, the rest of this should be 5 of those. Amazing. So I'm just going to put these to the side for now because I will sort them out. I've got my mountain of yarn here, so I'm just move those. There we go. I found out that I always make sound effects, no matter what I'm doing. There's always some kind of sound effect that's completely unnecessary. But anyway, the point of this video is actually in the aim of using up yarn, which is quite ironic that I've started it with unboxing or unbagging yarn. But I'm just going to bring you up and show you. So what I want from this space is to be able to have them all schemed, because I think that's far more neater than that. So that is my idea, and in order to do that, I need to move some stuff. That wasn't intentional, but I do need to move some stuff. So here are my WIP section of my, excuse the mess, I will sort it out, I promise. So here's my WIP section. So up here I've got the yarns that I'm using for the WIP so that they're separate. So I've got part of the blanket yarns, which is where all that will go. And then I've got yarn for my sweater over here, up here, so it's just not in the way. So my WIPs, last time I spoke about WIPs, I had 8. I got it down to 4, and now I've added like another 8. So it's quite a lot. So I've got a tapestry that I need to finish. It's Easter and I'm only, I want to say 5th of the way in. So I do need to finish that one. I started making an astronaut. Don't ask why, but I do need to finish it. So that's 2. Now I've got my sweater for my mother-in-law, so that's 3. Then I've got a dress, that's 4. Darth Vader, 5. Jumper or cardigan, which is a hexacardi, 6. Roses, 7. Book, Bible cover, 8. Now that's just 8. That's just, yeah, I'll just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rose, I was making a rose. I was making it for Valentine's, but my husband doesn't really like crocheted stuff. All roses, or purple. So it was a pretty bad idea, but I like making roses. So I've also got one down here. So in here is full of granny squares that I'm using to make a cardigan again. And this is my walking on water cardigan, which is all blue shades of blue. So that's 9. But we haven't even got to the best bit. Let me show you the best bit. This is the best bit. Let's put it down. Okay, so this is my WIP box. Lots of the stuff in here has been in here for a while. So before I even get to that, I was working on this. I've got a Technicolour dream coat for an adult that I'm also, I'd say, halfway through. So that's 10 before I've even opened this box. Okay, 10. I started this blanket for my husband, I want to say 3 years ago, before we were even engaged. So maybe around 2 years ago. It was a really nice texture because basically the pattern called for a line of double crochet and a line of double, triple, double, triple, double, triple. So it's a nice texture, and it's a yarn from America, so it's quite bougie that he bought for me when he was in America. So that's a blanket, and I've got the yarn for it. It's under here. Okay, next, let's move that. So that's 11. Then a Hawaiian minion. I've got all the pieces for it as well. I've got every piece of its head. I don't think I've done the guitar. I've got one foot for some reason. I don't know why. I think I must have got bored of doing the feet and started the dress. So that's 11. Then I've got this. So this has this whole story behind it. I made, I want to say 9 or 10 of these for my wedding. And the idea was they were placemats that were relatively cheap. We didn't really do a fancy wedding. It was quite like laid back and family orientated, cheap. Was the main thing. So I made these. They got lost. They disappeared on the actual wedding day. So after spending hours making, I think 10 of these, they got lost and weren't put out. And they were. But I decided that it would be nice as a memory of our wedding to put them together as a blanket. So I've made a few more squares so that it's an even number, and I've got to make some more and attach them. Now I realised that I also need stuff for the back, so I've got to make the back of the blanket. So I've got the yarn for that in this like red colour here. So I think we're up to 12, and that's the yarn that goes with this, which is a beautiful rainbow. That's not the same colour for that, is it? No way, I've had a rainbow one in there the whole time. Okay, so I think we're up to 12, which isn't that bad considering this was like the scary box. But the point is, these are quite big projects. There's 2 blankets, lots of jackets, they're all big items. So my aim really is to get as many WIPs done during half term as possible. So basically, we're going to crack on and get some WIPs done. I'm going to start with the Technicolour Dream Coat because, so I've done the back panel, it's up there, and I've almost finished one side of the panel, so I need to make one more panel. So basically I'm going to do today, tomorrow, hopefully it'll be done, what is today, Tuesday, Friday. Hopefully by Friday I will have just finished the Technicolour Dream Coat. Now, I think that's pretty bold, but I think I can do it. We'll see. Because once that's done, I'll only have 11. I know, maths, right? Okay, so I'm going to sit in front of the TV, probably put some, I don't know, I've been liking Suits really. I don't really like law stuff, but I'm enjoying Suits. Yeah. I think I might have broken the box. I don't know. It sits under the bed, so it doesn't need to stay shut properly. But yeah, let's finish this Technicolour dream coat, and we'll see what we do next. Okay, so I've got my drink, I've got my snack, and I'm going to put on Spider-Man because I finished Spider-Man 1 yesterday. So I'm going to put on Spider-Man 2 because I love Spider-Man. It's one of my, I just love origin stories, and Spider-Man's just one of my favourites. So I'm binging the whole Spider-Man trilogy. Obviously not tonight. I remember when I used to binge with like No Fear. You know what platform I'm using now. Yeah, I remember when I used to binge with no fear of like being tired in the afternoon, in the morning. But now I work, it's like I work, so I can't binge anymore. It's just sad and boring, really. No, I'm gonna put on Spider-Man and I'm going crochet. Let's go.